Shabbat Shalom. Yearly Shabbat Shalom.
Yes.
Praise the mighty God. Welcome to Yahweh and Yahshua Speak television show. We are here on this great Layil, the yearly Sabbath, Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, subtitle, No Disturbance. On this day, there's no interruption. It's just you and Yah. You have the ultimate intimacy with Yah, where you have surrendered all your pay, Layil, nefesh, and give Yah to our Yahweh for this. All he asks is one Yom. And world, earth, no, it's not fasting. It's not 12 days this, 12 hours this, 12 hours this, little juice, little water here. No, it's as the Bible says, as Moshe and Yahshua, the world know, as Jesus, when they fasted 40 days, 40 Yom, and 40 Layil without eating nor drinking. See, this is when Yah come carry you. You are attaching holy in our Yah. You are trusting Him with your all in all. Taking nothing, no medications, nothing. You are surrendering to our Yahweh. The ultimate surrender. The ultimate sacrifice man can make in this world is the Day of Atonement. Praise the mighty Yah. So, I'm going to give you a couple of definitions of atonement I got from Strong's Concordance. Atonement. Strong's Concordance 37:22. Kafar, a prime root, to cover, to expedite, or condone, to placate, or cancel, appease, make an atonement, cleanse, disannul, to pitch, purge away, put off, make reconcile, make reconciliation. That's the one from 37:22. And then the other one is humble, anah. That's our word, anah, rafa, humble. That's it. Anah is a base self, affliction, afflict self, chasten self, deal hard with, defile, exercise, force, gentleness, humble self, hurt, ravish, speak, submit self, weaken. Praise the mighty Yah. Because there are some brothers, anah is there's a time to be humble, and there's the time to be afflicted. You got to use this word in the right content of the sentence. Right. And this time we are afflicting our nefesh. Praise the mighty Yah. So let's go to Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23. And let's read verses 1 to 2.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, verse 2, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation, even these are my feasts.
No, Moses spoke unto the children of Israel, right?
No.
That's what the Arabs try to say. Moshe spoke, but it's clearly said. And Yahweh amar unto Moshe, amar unto the high band of Israel, and amar unto them concerning the high moeds of Yahweh. This is like I heard some people in another religion saying those are for. I heard this today. The guy on TV said those are for Israel. You're trying to do away with. This is for the whole Arab. You must become spiritual Israel. Yeah. This was Israel was given this to teach all the other nations. Go easy, but our ancestors failed. But now Yah has brought us back one by one. We are doing that.
That's right.
Which concerning the high moeds of Yahweh, which you shall proclaim the Kadesh convocation. Even these are Yah's Moeds.
That's right.
And that's what we are here this beginning of the Yah's Yili Keg. So praise be to the mighty Yah. He wants the world, the earth to know.
Right.
Leviticus, skip down, forget Leviticus 23. Let's read verses 26 to 32.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 26. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, verse 27, also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. Verse 28, and ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before Yahweh your Elohim.
Check this out, Arab. See, look. And he wants you to know, he said, and Yahweh amar to Moshe. Not Moshe to the high band of Israel. Yahweh amar unto Moshe. Amar, he told Moshe what to say to his am.
Right.
Also, on the 10th Yom of this 7th month, not no 10th or whatever, 9th month, 7th. Our Yahweh said 7th month. There should be a Yom of Kippur. It shall be in Kadesh convocation unto you.
Yeah.
Unto you. He's speaking to the Arab, to you.
Yeah.
And you shall afflict your nephew. That's where they afflict your nephew. This is where the brother tried to talk about, he's going to be humble. No. He said, what did he just say? Afflict. So that now right here means to afflict your nephews. Not humble it. Yes, you must humble your nephew to be obedient to keep this. That's the humble you need. You must be humble to keep this Yom Kippur. Afflict your nephews. An offering made by fire unto Yahweh. One of our sister, a couple y'all kid had a guy today. See, what did he say? An offer made by fire unto Yahweh. And then the Ruach, he said, take no script. The Ruach, Yahshua told, commanded, don't take no script. Because it comes from the Ruach, going to have speak all honesty. So, like he said, whatever you know, what part you know, is sufficient enough for you. Because the Ruach, once you've been submerged, you got it. You got Yah's power source. So it will remind you, bring the truth. So this guy was talking about, that is for some other ethnic white people, it ain't this and that. And then there's part about an offering made by fire. We don't do that now. You sure can't. So there's no more burning of nothing. But the offering, we are offering up our own self as a kaya sacrifice. That's what the sacrifice. It's a living sacrifice now. Yahshua is alive. No more killings of we are a living sacrifice unto Yahweh for this Yom Kippur. We come to honor and sacrament. We love it. So that's what you are giving. You put aside everything. No disturbance. Giving it all to Yahweh. But praise Yahweh for it. Work at earth. It is not he, no masculine thing. It is it, Yah's power. So, and it's not an angel living amongst and you need it. Hallelujah, Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Continue.
Verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
Hallelujah. This is, for whatever nephew it be that shall not be afflicted in that same year, he shall be cut off from among his am. That was then, he compared the physical to the spirit. That was then, you be put out the camp. But now, you don't do this. This is a commandment. You be cut off from Yahweh in the lake of fire. That's it. Now time. You be cut off from his people, his elect. So the remedy he had. You'll be in the lake of fire. You don't keep these commandments. This is to get into the miracle. All these feast days and weekly Sabbath mean something to y'all. It's forever. It's eternity. Continue.
Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people.
And whatsoever nefesh it be that doeth any work or deed in that same nefesh will I destroy from among them. Whatever nefesh don't do the work of Yahweh, that same nefesh I would, he was going to destroy from among them. The lake of fire. That's it. The Ruach has you upgrade as y'all do. Y'all is about standing. Keep taking us higher and higher. So today's turn, that's what it means. Continue. Same thing as then, now just speaking to your day like he wants to be. Boldly as the fiery Ruach. Order it. Continue.
Verse 31, ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
Hallelujah. This is for some in Ibryi that came into none of that. You shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generation in all the dwellings. Some say we in our land of captivity, there's no more Kohanas and then Kohan. You a liar. He said, what he just said, in all your dwellings. And the Kohanas is us. That's our DNA. That's who it is. So hey, if you want to believe and let the devil use you, so be it to you. But I told you, we ain't going for y'all said subdue and utterly destroy all the lies of the devil and man. That's what we're doing. Thinking y'all shoot. Nothing but y'all shoot. So help us all, y'all. Continue.
Verse 32, it shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls. In the 9th day of the month at even, from even unto even, shall ye celebrate your Shabbat.
Hallelujah. And for some years, y'all talking about sunset to sunset. Y'all see the time changing. Y'all is precise. There ain't would be no precise. About that. Check it out. It shall be unto you a Shabbat of Shalom. And you shall afflict your nefesh in the 9th Yom of the month at evening. At evening, from evening until evening, shall you celebrate your Shabbat. Celebrate. This is the wonderful day. Celebrate. It's wonderful to know Yahweh of this magnitude, to be working and doing what he said, to be set apart. Praise the mighty God. Let's go to Exodus. Exodus chapter 29. Exodus chapter 29. Exodus chapter 29, and let's read verse 33. Hallelujah.
Exodus chapter 29 and verse 33. And they shall eat those things wherewith the atonement was made, to consecrate and to sanctify them. But a stranger shall not eat thereof, because they are holy.
Yeah, that was before. He eventually trapped the man. He was trying to get Israel to get it first. How can you do something you don't know? So he wants us to know what we know, so we know what we know. Praise the mighty God. Let's skip down to verse 36.
Verse 36. And thou shalt offer every day a bullock for sin offering for atonement. And thou shalt cleanse the altar when thou hast made an atonement for it. And thou shalt anoint it to sanctify it.
Well, y'all see that? He said y'all should offer every yom a bullock for a hatah. That's how Israel, we was at top. The offer of some every day, and then you read about the feast day. Woo! We was like, y'all see how black folks do it? Eric, these are black people. They ain't been, they've been whitewashed, but they ain't white. So that we know how black folks do it, boy. When we have our cookouts and eat food at the crib, they had thousands upon thousands people doing it. We was on top, but as one-on-one individual, we back on top. All praises to God.
Hallelujah.
Read 37.
37. 7 days thou shalt make an atonement for the altar and sanctify it, and it shall be an altar most holy. Whatsoever toucheth the altar shall be holy.
Yes, that's how much anointing it was on the thing. Y'all sanctified. That's how much anointing on us that Yahshua had sanctified us with his blood. As I say, on the arrow, like I say, we read, blood. The blood is covering all of us. We've been washed clean, and now we wearing a fine linen of white. It's just a thing to come. Yahshua, the Lamb, put his blood on it. Then when he returned, right, a fine white linen again. Praise the mighty God. This was the torment. Something has to die, and something to be covered, to cover people. Praise the mighty God. Let's go to Exodus. Exodus. Without no remission, no blood, and no remission of have to have. Have to have it. Exodus chapter 30. Let's read verse 10.
Exodus chapter 30 and verse 10. And Aharon shall make an atonement upon the horns of it once in a year with the blood of the sin offering of atonements. Once in the year make atonement upon it throughout your generations. It is most holy unto Yahweh.
Hallelujah. And that's why we are doing this once a year, because once Yahshua comes, that's what we do. We do it once a year. He's our atonement for once a night. Then he went in there once and for all. You know. So we to be thankful of this, we keep what is command to Shabbat. Whether it's written or spoken. If it's up Yah, it is command. Like one brother, we had the pleasure of having fellowship with a brother. He came to the temple, and then as I went to the washroom, the Ruach quickened me. I asked that brother, have he been submerged? And I came out, and find out he hadn't. But his excuse, because that's all it is, was that if it's not written, or if one of the prophets didn't say it, he's fine. He got a connection with Yahshua. And then I said, brother, but Yahshua said it out of his own mouth. So what he said is a command. And then he said, that I say, and he was a nice brother that's cool, calm, and collected with it. He didn't get upset. And he said, I just told him, hey, you don't see it yet, but you will, because he's not dismissing nothing else like some brothers be dogmatic. That's all. He was been self-taught for the last few years, so that's the way he saw it. Because he said, I'll send my Nabi, but Yahshua came, the Nabi of our Nabis, and said it out of his own mouth. So he's just not there yet. See, he's humble though. He's a Nabi. Praise the mighty Yah. Skip down to verses 15 and 16 and read.
Verse 15. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel, when they give an offering unto Yahweh to make an atonement for your souls. Verse 16. And thou shalt take the atonement money of the children of Israel, and shall appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, that it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before Yahweh, to make an atonement for your souls.
Praise the mighty. It's a memorial. Like the word got their memorial, they got a memorial day.
Right.
Where they get it when they copy Yahweh. Sure. But let me read this. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel, when they give an offering unto Yahweh to make a kippah for your nephews. And thou shalt take the atonement money of the high band of Israel, and shall appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, that it may be a memorial to the high band of Israel before Yahweh, to make a kippah for your nephews. Just today, I was on Facebook, and someone put something about, so this is some House of Time influence of mine. They were talking about tithes. Somebody wrote that little thing, wrote out, y'all have me to throw the seed, that they gave the tithes back then, was was fruits and vegetables. And I told him, not true. I said, they gave the 10th for everything. And y'all, here it is. He said, money.
Right there.
Money.
Yep.
House of time, yeah, people don't get into the old and read for themselves. He just threw a monkey wrench on. And then the person that posted seen what I wrote, and that someone said, that's right, brother. You know, like that. And then she gonna try to switcheroo on and say, yeah. Now I said, like as we, Rob McCameron, Ron Simone would say, try to take, like brothers want to give cans and goods and all that for donate. I got told her, try to take that to the gas company and see how long you're gonna have some gas or lights. And you got, now in this time, yeah, we gotta have money. Y'all say these houses all the gainsayers. She going on something that's looked at down the good. And they call this a Christian. But you ain't reading. You know, you taking on what somebody else for. House of Time uses people to lie on any aspect in life. House of Time got its people too. Y'all always say, try the Ruach, then you'll know. But praise the mighty Yah for it to cover the Ruach that rules in us. Can't nothing get past us. No devil, no man. Praise the mighty Yah. Yeshua took it back and gave his kabod back on him. We have his Michelle and his authority. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Exodus chapter 32. Exodus chapter 32. Exodus chapter 32. And let's read verse 30. Oh, praises belong to our Yahweh. There is no other hell, that wood and stone. You do nothing. There is no other. Besides him but his son Yahshua. And they are one.
They are one.
Exodus chapter 32 and verse 30. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moshe said unto the people, ye have sinned a great sin, and now I will go up unto Yahweh. Peradventure I shall make an atonement for your sin.
See, that like I say, someone has to stand in the gap for you.
Right.
You know, that's it. Moshe went up there and pleaded with him. Yahweh gonna wipe us out. Wipe our ancestors out. We wouldn't been here today. He'd have had another different nationality. But like you say, he's looking for say United States have a Marine, we have y'all Marines. Yeah, they looking for a true good man. Y'all looking for a true good man and women gonna stand in the gap, you know, to stand for thus says y'all and children. They say stand for thus says y'all from Genesis to Revelation. We have this Marine that reads rules over everything. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 4. Leviticus chapter 4. Leviticus chapter 4. Leviticus chapter 4. Leviticus chapter 4, let's read verse 20.
Leviticus chapter 4 and verse 20. And he shall do with the bullock as he did with the bullock for a sin offering. So shall he do with this, and the priest shall make an atonement for them, and it shall be forgiven them.
Yes. See, that was then, you know, like I say, and then like I heard the guy on TV, yes, Israel, I listen to the Roman Christians because that's Yahshua. And you don't listen, they're missing out on something. Right. But he was trying to put in that, you know, all this stuff was here for Israel. But for us, you know, Yeshua came and nailed it to the cross. Like, what? I said, praise you, Yahweh. Your oracles was given to Israel. They having some good thing, but they ain't on point like y'all gave it to us. Right. You ain't got it like us. They ain't got it. Yeah, because we wholly surrendered to him. So he keep revealing and revealing. And little by little, because he gave it to you all at once, you be cool. So he knows not to get feed it to you. Little by little, because you'll be crazier than the most craziest person. We have an overload. Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
Skip down to chapter 26 and read.
Verse 26.
Yeah.
Verse 26. And he shall burn all his fat upon the altar as the fat of the sacrifice of peace offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as concerning his sin, and it shall be forgiven him.
The Kohen had, draw some of that blood for him too.
Yeah.
Well, why? Y'all would kill him.
Right.
Like I say, this is the old, the shadow, the new to come. So they was, he was likened, they would liken to Yahshua came, and he couldn't put nobody on the cross then, so he had to use the animal, the thing that's next under a man, it's an animal. Like Yahshua had, he dropped himself 2 times, Lord, and his identity, he went from Elohim to an angel to a man. That's like us going from them animals to insects. Who would do that? Tell me, how many people do that? Give up this to become an animal? I don't think, it'd be very few, if any. Though if it was those who was following Yah, and Yah had to survive them, they would do it for the life of others. Praise Yahweh for Yahshua.
Hallelujah. Yes.
Skip down to verse 31 and you read.
Verse 31. And he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat is taken away from off the sacrifice of peace offering. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor unto Yahweh. And the priest shall make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him.
Yes, like here we give him a living sacrifice. We sweet incense to Ibryi. He said, look at my children. He said, look at my children. They are keeping what I survived them to do.
Yeah.
Sweet incense. Hey, that's it. That's what it is. Wonderful life with Yah. Without Yah, you're on your own. You're being played by the puppet master, the devil, and you all stressed, worried about this. You got that house, that car. Now you're worrying about that job. Gonna be there. With Yah, he said, as our big brother Malachi said, he said, I was once young. Now I have aged. I have not once saw the high band of Yisrael forsaken, or begging for liquor. It's a promise.
Right.
It's a promise. It's wonderful. Skip down to verse 35 and it reads.
Verse 35. And he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offering. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto Yahweh. And the priest shall make an atonement for his sin that he had committed, and it shall be forgiven him.
Boy, before Yahshua come, they had to do a lot of work, boy.
Yeah.
And every day they had to get power for us. And then this was once a year where they can go holler and in front of Yah once a year. But every day they had to do, they were working, boy. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 5. Leviticus chapter 5, let's read verse 6.
Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 6. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto Yahweh for his sin which he has sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goats, for a sin offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his sin.
That's what we just saying. Every day they had to bring something. And he said, bring his trespass offering unto Yah for his hata'ah, which he had hata'ah. A female from the flock, a lamb or kid. Not a child, y'all.
No.
An animal, okay? The world called people kid. That's why they act like an animal. Because words are power. Keep saying it, that the Ruach, the evil Ruach, evil spirit, or Hasatan, or Yah Ruach, gonna act on it. That's all they know. What they act on the Barbareens of Baba Yahweh. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why he say don't vex the Ruach. You know, even when they was found in the cloud, he told them on that. The Ruach would snap off and kill them. Because all they knew what to do with the thus says Yahweh. That's all we know. To do with thus says Yahweh. Skipping what man says in any religion. That's what it is, religion, paganism. It's up to the devil. So who cares what the devil thinks about it? Hallelujah, Yahweh. Y'all ain't got no punks. You know, we in his boot camp to tighten up them emotions. Yeshua had made an atonement for us to be bold. And let that fiery ruach come now, out, to teach the Arabs like we supposed to. And care what y'all think. If we bringing y'all truth, that's it. It's about saving souls. Not going to the lake of fire. That's what's not being taught to much. There's that y'all always talking about heaven, 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 heaven. I ain't heard out not too many young men. Lake of fire, lake of fire. It exists. And many people are going there. Because they think they're in right stand with all here. This is what it's all about. Yom Kippur, you need a cleansing. Washing up Yeshua's blood. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's skip down to verse 10, and it reads.
Verse 10. And he shall offer a second for a burnt offering, according to the manner, and the priest shall make an atonement for him for his sin, which he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven him.
But them priests, they were working for years right here. Then look at it now, boy. Man, we ain't as whole as a nation, but all these back folks you see walking around here, this is right here. Man, they had to deal with Moses. They had to deal with them every day. Woo! Y'all know how it is when it's 5 of us now. Get around. Woo! Praise the mighty Yahshua. It is Ruach Koach. Skip down to verse 13 and it reads.
Verse 13. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as touching his sin, that he has sinned in one of these, and it shall be forgiven him. And the remnant shall be the priest as a meat offering.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let's go to Numbers. Numbers chapter 29. Numbers chapter 29. Numbers chapter 29. Numbers chapter 29, let's read verse 7.
Numbers chapter 29 and verse 7. And ye shall have on the 10th day of this 7th month an holy convocation, and ye shall afflict your souls. Ye shall not do any work therein.
Hallelujah. He said, and you shall have on the 10th Yowm of the 7th month, and Kadesh convocation, you shall afflict your nefesh. You shall you shall not do any work therein. It's the 7th month, not the 9th. You know, Hey, he understands if you're coming into it and you haven't been awakening to it yet, that you sincerely trying, he will send somebody to help you out. But it ain't for us to say, hey, what day you keep it on? No, that ain't right. No, we gonna say, hey, that's good, brother. Right. You know, we're gonna edify each other up. House of Thurs over here, he got Israel tripping on the name. This one saying this one that. Then those who used to say Lord Jesus, hating on the one that ain't came up to Yeshua and Yahweh yet. You once were saying Lord Jesus and God. He said, how little you forget. You're supposed to act ambassador. Teach the brother or sister. Bring them up to y'all's standard. Not discourage them and break their Ruach spirit. Their confidence that they dead. Come smashing on the work of the devil. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Matthew chapter 6. Matthew chapter 6. Matthew chapter 6. And let's read verse 16.
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Hallelujah. This is what he said, y'all. This is it. He said, moreover, when you fast, be not as the hypocrite of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear to all down to fast. Amen. I admire unto you, they have their reward.
Yeah.
They faking the fun. They want attention.
They do.
Instead of giving y'all that y'all get the glory, they want and Yisrael, yeah, woo, he talking to them, we good at it. What's wrong with they want people to say, what's wrong with you? I'm thirsty, you know. No. He said, count it all joy. This is a feast.
Hallelujah.
It's a feast. Count it all joy. He said, go wash up. Look like you ain't happen to have somebody ask you. If they, ain't having a conversation, you tell them what the day is. And they say, what? Ain't you hungry? Say, nah, I'm being fed with the bombs up here. I'm being quenched on my throat by Yahweh.
Oh, yeah.
It's wonderful. And this is where the medical doctors got this from. The Bible. When they doing medical procedures, you fast, they say drink this where they can see all the x-rays and all that. Where do you think they got it from? And the fasting cleanses you out. It cleanses you out from all the impurity. That's what it's about. Getting it all out. To start off another Yowm afterwards with Yah. Cleansed to the teeth. To your nephews. Ain't nothing better than in your soul. It's a double thing, the physical to the spiritual. This natural body getting cleansed, and that spiritual nephews getting cleansed with power. The fiery ruach. Holla Yahweh. Let's go to Ezra. No, let's go to Acts chapter 27. Acts chapter 27. Acts chapter 27. This is the most intimate time you can have with Abba Yahweh.
Yes.
Day of Yom Kippur. It's the most intimate time. He's hearing you because you're surrendering on. Like I said, it's the day of atonement. No disturbance. You ain't got no food distraction. People distraction.
Yes.
No work distraction. You just go chill at the crib afterwards. Chill, That's it. Nothing but shalom.
Nice.
He wants you to just relax and talk with Abba Yahweh all day. And praying to him for the redemption of your family, friends, neighbors. All just talking with him, He hears you clearly. Praise the mighty Yah. Acts chapter 27. Let's read verse 9.
Acts chapter 27 and verse 9. Now when much time was spent, and when sailing was now dangerous, because the fast was now already past, Shaul admonished them.
Hallelujah. And the New Testament believers, y'all like it, Paul. Y'all hear it? Now, when much time was spent, and when sailing was now dangerous, because the fast was now already past, Paul admonished them. He was keeping.
Right.
This is the New Testament believers.
Amen.
He's keeping it. Y'all like to hold him up high. Here it is. Y'all like to hold him and try to say he did away with the law. But y'all don't, as big, those who read. Y'all don't read a script 1 or 2 ahead or below, where they get telling you no. He know. As the law done with it, Y'all just want to go because y'all don't understand his writings. So y'all want to trick and play with you most of the past and done away with it. But if like Ibryi McCullough said, if there's no law, then there's no sin. It's sin. Y'all call yourself New Testament believers, where it says that the transcendence of the law is sin.
Okay.
That's how I know y'all don't read. It's sin. Y'all call y'all New Testament believers. Who report you gonna read? Man or the Creator?
Creator.
But y'all mainly believe in man.
No.
Praise the mighty. That's all it is. You're kicking your way into the lake of fire. You know, that's all it is. If you don't repent before you move, He had mercy on only one. I ain't gonna chance it like that. If I wouldn't chance it on you. We following the book. So we, you know, because it's all is well with us. We ain't going to hell as long as we stay on y'all's trail.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, like some people say you ain't saved now. How you gonna be saved when you're dead? I'm saved now. And my big brother told me I'm saved now.
Yes.
He was kipped pour for us. He came and shedded his blood for us.
That's right.
Took away all the hot tar. He said, go and sin no more. Ezra chapter 10. Ezra chapter 10. But it's written, and some people, man read that. Like Ezra, ain't no man on this planet this smart to write some thousand years. Yeah, man read it, inspired the Ruach HaKodesh. And some of you New Testament believers say, the Holy Spirit was there. That's a lie. It's there. You just don't read. See, that's the lie the devil got telling man to deceive to keep you away from y'all. Ezra chapter 10. Ezra chapter 10 and verse 6. Ezra chapter 10, verse 6.
Ezra chapter 10 and verse 6. Then Ezra rose up from before the house of Elohim and went into the chamber of Johanan, the son of Iyshshah, Iyshshah. And when he came thither, he did eat no bread nor drink water, for he mourned because of the transgression of them that had been carried away.
Praise the mighty Yah. And Ezra rose up from before the high bar of Elohim and went into the chamber of Johanan and the son of Iyshshah. And when he came thither, he did eat no liquor nor drink yain, for he mourned because of the transgression that had been carried away. So here it is, New Testament believer. He didn't eat no bread nor drink water. You know, see, like you say, he was on a fast. He slept in and cried out to all y'all to make it kippah for his hand. That's standing in the gap. You know, he's standing in the gap, and that's what he did. He knew y'all was going to hear him once he had did a fast. He knew this because he had known where they had found the books and they opened them up, and then they was renewed from the old of what his forefathers did, and he knew this is how I reach Yahweh from my people. That's what we are doing. Standing in the gap for the errors. So that's what we are commissioned to do from the beginning. Praise the mighty Yah. It's an honor to be a workman in his vineyard. True vineyard. Psalms chapter 35. Psalms chapter 35. Psalms chapter 35. All praises, glory to our Abba Yahweh. For this privilege and this honor. Like they say, it's a privilege to be driving. It's a privilege to be driving these through the barns to the world. Driving it home. Psalms chapter 35, 13 in the read.
Psalms chapter 35 and verse 13. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into my own bosom.
Praise the mighty Yah. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I anointed my nephews with fasting, and my tefillah returned into my own bosom. You know, he was standing in the gap for the people and all that. And this, one of the brothers said, you got to humble yourselves. Now this is when that humble means that other is to be not humble yourself. He humbled his nephews. That's what we do. We got to humble our nephews to fast. Like he did. You got to be a now, and you got to, and it's a now to afflict too. The same thing. It's 2 in 1. Pray like Yahweh and Yahshua. 2 in 1. Holler Yahweh. Let's go to Daniel. Daniel chapter 10. Daniel chapter 10. Daniel chapter 10. Daniel chapter 10, let's read verse 2.
Daniel chapter 10 and verse 2.
2 and 3. 2 and
3. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks. Verse 3. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth, neither did I anoint myself at all, till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled.
Like you say, he was standing in the gap. You know. He said, I ate no pleasant liquor, neither flesh nor wine in my mouth, neither did I anoint myself at all, till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. Wow. That was something there, boy. Like I say, Yah, when you're a true man of Yah, he can sustain you like that. All he asks is the world, the earth to do it one day. That's all he asks. That's all he asks on the weekly Sabbath. One day. On the yearly Sabbath. Oh yeah, one day. But he wants you to be obedient every day.
Yes.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Jonah. Jonah chapter 3. Jonah chapter 3. Let's read verse 5.
Jonah chapter 3 and verse 5. So the people of Nineveh believed Elohim and proclaimed a fast and put on sackcloth from the greatest of them even to the least of them. They knew the terror was going to come on. So they knew, hey, we heard of this great Elohim. Let's do what he had. You know, repent, fast, and come holler at me. And then I may repent of what I had pronounced of you, and which he did. Holler Yahweh. Like our big brother Dawid, as he committed his house with another man's wife, impregnated her, he kept fasting and praying. Why? He said, as the child lived, he knew not what Yahweh was going to do. But once the child was there, he knew it was over. That's what we do. When people are ill and sick, we pray to Yahweh. And that's all we can do. And then from there, you know, the way, you know, whichever way it goes, it still was a blessed prayer, you know. And we continue and to do it for the next. We don't, like some people get mad at brothers and sisters in the temple, and they mad at Yah. You ain't got your eyes on the prize, Yahshua. We like I said, we human, we liable to tick you off. Because why? You coming in the temple in the boot camp. And we ain't listening for our Yahweh. We doing what Yahweh say. Because we read this book and see what happened to the brothers and sisters that didn't do what y'all say, trying to please man, or, you know, or emotion got away. Now, here at Yahweh and Yahshua temple and many other temples around here, they standing on what thus says Yahweh in this boot camp. So what you feel in there? That's the toughen you up. You'll know next time how to think. As the messenger Daniel David said, the sixth sense, to think. Holler Yahweh. Let's go to Luke chapter 5. Luke chapter 5. Luke chapter 5. Luke chapter 5. And let's read verses 33. Luke chapter 5 and verse 33. And they said unto him, why do the disciples of Yahshua fast often and make prayers? And likewise the disciples of the Pharisees, but dine, eat, and drink.
See, New Testament, baby, they was doing it here. They Professor Yahweh questions there, but they wasn't drinking and eating nothing. That's the difference between the lie and the truth.
Yeah.
You know, you read, you will see the accounts. They didn't put nothing in their mouths. Praise somebody else, but they was keeping. Let's go to Acts chapter 9. Acts chapter 9. Acts chapter 9. Acts chapter 9. And let's read verse 9.
Acts chapter 9 and verse 9. And he was 3 days without sight, and neither did eat nor drink.
So hey, look at that. And he was 3 years without sight, and neither did eat nor drink. See, look at that, boy, y'all didn't look at the New Testament believe. This the one y'all can't Paul. What is that?
Yeah.
See, look at this, he like that. And he was there 3 days without sight. He was blind, but he knew. And neither did eat nor drink. Neither did eat or drink. Wow. The one y'all got Paul, the one y'all love. You know, here it is. Ain't no fast, fast 12 hours and eat the other 12. Well, ain't a little grapefruit juice, orange juice, or a little water on the first 12, then skip the next, then fast it up. Now, what he does say? And he didn't eat or drink.
3 days. Yeah.
Wow, 3 days. 3 days, y'all, the world, it consists of 12 hours a night, 12 days. So don't get it twisted, all right?
Right.
So,
Facebook.
hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Acts chapter 5. Acts chapter 5. Acts chapter 5. Acts chapter 5, and let's read chapter 30.
Acts chapter 5 and verse 30. The Elohim of our fathers raised up Yahshua, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree.
Wow. This was the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate atonement. Yom Kippur, what God is now, where we covered by the blood. Yahshua was hung on the tree.
Yeah.
That was ultimate Yom Kippur, the shedding of his blood. This was the ultimate Yom Kippur, the last and final one for the whole era. Let's go to Acts chapter 10. Acts chapter 10. Acts chapter 10 and verse 39, and it reads.
Acts chapter 10 and verse 39. And we are witnesses of all things which he did both in the land of the Jews and in Jerusalem, whom they slew and hanged on the tree.
Praise the mighty God. And we are all witnesses of all things which Yahshua did both in the land of the Yowm and in Jerusalem, who they slew and hung on a tree. It's just the ultimate sacrifice, y'all. This is what Yom Kippur all about, was leading up to this. The ultimate sacrifice. You know, he gave his life for us. This is where the ultimate blood, this is the spiritual blood. Now that we're going to get that right raiment when he returns, that real right raiment. So this is what they say, the physical, and to the end is red, like say, the covering of Yeshua's blood. And he had cleansed me in and out. When I get to wear the white raiment, it's the physical to the spiritual.
Hallelujah.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah. Yes.
Let's go to Acts chapter 13. And once you come under the blood, y'all, this is the last atonement, the final, the greatest atonement. Acts chapter 13, let's read verse 29. Just he wants you to, he's being redundant, he wants you to get it.
Acts chapter 13 and verse 29. And when they had fulfilled all that was written of him, they took him down from the tree and laid him in a sepulchre.
Yes. And like they say, the sepulchre, like he said, your sepulchre, you could be you could look all where all the good white garment are, like Yahshua said, you're looking good on the outside, but in that sepulchre is dead man's bone, number rotten, not good for nothing. Perpetrators. That's it. But the Ruach within all of us can discern and see right through that white sepulcher with those dead bones in there. So we're going to cry loud, spare not.
Yeah.
Get the dead bones as he asked Ezekiel. Can these bones live? Yes. We're here to bring them alive with these lives, the bones of our Yahweh. Darbarines, his word. From the Darbarines, his word we bring to you. Shabbat.
Yeah.
To bring them dead bones back to life. Hallelujah, Yahweh.
Yes.
Galatians, because it's about only one thing. This book, no disturbance, just to bring that atonement upon you that he did for the whole world. Yes, Israel, for Israel, he came for the whole world. Yes, when he came, he said, I come for the lost of Israel. He's trying to get the knuckleheads back to know what they know so they can go out the world. But before he left, he said, go ye. And y'all ride throughout the whole area.
Yeah.
So he said he wished that none should fail, be lost.
Yeah.
Galatians chapter 3. Galatians chapter 3. Wish that none should be in that lake of fire. That's what it is about. Got to let you know. He wants you to have the prosperity of this life. But he said what he said. He commanded. First, teach you the miracle of him, and all these will be provided. He has brought McCloud. He didn't say, try as they do to fleece you. Send me 5,000 and you're going to get 10,000 back. Come on. And show me what else
Didn't
is.
say that. It's not.
Galatians chapter 3. Galatians chapter 3 and verse 13.
Galatians chapter 3 and verse 13. Mashiach has redeemed us from the curse of the law.
God never gave